Good afternoon and welcome to Nationwide on NTA, reaching you live from Abuja. I'm Elizabeth Omori. Eid Mubarak to all our Muslim brothers and sisters. Muslims in Nigeria today joined the global celebration of Eid al-Fitr, commemorating the end of the one-month-long Ramadan fast. Before we bring you reports of the celebration across the country, news reaching us says Nigeria's Professor Tijani Mohammed Bande has just been declared the President of the 74th United Nations General Assembly by the 73rd President of the UN Assembly Hall in New York. Our correspondent Joe Osiago reports that Professor Bande is receiving overwhelming support from the African and Asian groups, asking him to work together with nations to catch up with the SDGs before 2030. Details of this report will come in our subsequent bulletins. And now to activities at home. Muslim faithful in Nigeria this Tuesday converged on their various places of worship to perform their congregational prayers of Thanksgiving, marking the end of the month-long Ramadan fast. President Muhammadu Buhari was among those that worshipped at Mambila Barracks Eid Ground in Abuja, Nigeria's capital. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu reports.
Allahu Akbar.
It is Eid al-Fitr, the festival of breaking the fast, and therefore another moment of thanksgiving to Allah, the greatest, for the month-long journey of faith, sacrifice, obedience, and indeed spiritual reawakening. The congregation of the faithful here, including President Muhammadu Buhari, was led in prayers by the Chief Imam of the Guards Brigade, Captain Sabihu Muhammad Yusuf. In a khutbah shortly after, the presiding Imam was full of gratitude to Allah for his guidance, protection, and mercies during the blessed month of Ramadan. He, however, admonished the worshippers to ensure that the great virtues and values of peace, love, forgiveness, and charity imbibed during the holy month are kept alive for the rest of the year. Most importantly, the Imam said the faithful must continue to pray fervently against the adversities of life, as nothing is more pleasing to Allah than the prayer of his servant. Imam Sabi Yusuf is also of the view that extra effort be made in obeying the commandments of Allah, exercising patience at all times for his sake, as well as maintaining the competition in good deeds for humanity, mutual cooperation and brotherhood.
Oh Allah, may we learn to honor and enjoy our diversity and differences as a people, even as we more deeply touch our fundamental unity. Oh Allah, may we as a nation be guided by your divine guidance to rediscover the sacred flame of our national heritage, which so many have given their lives to safeguard. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's will be done for Nigeria as we the people align with that will.
Prayers were offered to Allah to accept the acts of ibadat of the faithful, as well as guide, protect, and grant President Muhammadu Buhari and all other leaders of the nation the wisdom and ability to sustain efforts at taking Nigeria to the next level for a prosperous future. President Muhammadu Buhari had earlier in a message to Nigerians urged them to put humanity before personal interests, promising all that the sacrifices made in re-electing him to power will never be in vain. Ordinary people, he said, will continue to feel positive impact of his presidency. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
In the spirit of the Eid al-Fitr celebrations, FCT community is reassuring President Muhammadu Buhari of continued support, cooperation and understanding as he strives to implement the next level agenda for sustainable future of the country. This was when members of the community paid homage on the president as part of activities marking the Eid al-Fitr celebration. State House correspondent Adamu Samba reports that President Muhammadu Buhari once again reassured the nation that under his watch, Nigeria can only be stronger, more prosperous and enviable.
The FCT community, comprising amongst others traditional rulers, religious and political leaders, as well as judicial and security officers, was led to the State House by the Permanent Secretary, Mr. Christian Chinyaka Oha. He told the president that in the last 4 years, the FCT has benefited immensely from his wise, divine, and inspired leadership, thereby enjoying peace and reaping tremendous benefits of the various social intervention programs.
As we steer our country back to the path of social harmony, security, and economic recovery, the people of FCT stand solidly behind you as you begin this task and pledge our support and cooperation in coming years ahead.
Mr. Oha said FCT community will continue to play crucial roles towards ensuring that the president succeeds, beginning with the planned celebrations of the nation's Democracy Day on June 12, saying already effective mobilization have been carried out and the residents are prepared to become exceptional hosts of the event. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo, who led senior government officials on the Salah homage, said despite the negative and opposing forces against the government and the country, Nigeria, under the Buhari presidency, is at the threshold of achieving the desired greatness.
Our country is destined for greatness, and I know that the Almighty God will lead us to that greatness. So I really want to urge all of our leaders who are here, religious leaders and political leaders, that we must not allow the rhetoric of division to supersede the rhetoric of unity. We must also speak up. We must speak in ways that unite our country. If we allow these negative statements to continue, then they will define our country.
President Muhammadu Buhari is thankful to Allah that his mission and vision for Nigeria, as well as his genuine passion for the nation's greatness, is fully understood and appreciated by Nigerians. This, he said, was remarkably demonstrated in the way and manner they re-elected him for a second term of office. President Buhari therefore promised to do whatever it takes within the limits of the law towards decisively addressing genuine public concerns for peace, unity, stability, corrupt-free, and prosperous Nigeria.
Thank you very much, those of you who suffered quietly supporting me, and I assure you that I will continue to do my best.
Giant commemorative cards were presented to the Nigerian leader by the FCT residents and the Christian community in the State House, as all those present received a presidential handshake. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
And still on the celebration, Muslim Ummah have been admonished to extend the lessons of peace, tolerance and unity during Ramadan beyond the month. This formed part of the sermon at the Gwarimpa Eid Prayer Ground in Abuja.
Tree is a festival marking the end of the fasting of Ramadan, where men, women, children, the young and the old converge to perform 2 units of prayers to mark the end of Ramadan fast. This year's sermon focused on extending the lessons of Ramadan throughout the year by sharing with the less privileged in order to provide succor in the society.
A summary of what is expected is for one to take these lessons of Ramadan, of what he has been doing of fasting, of charity given, of reading the Quran, standing in night for prayers, doing a number of goodness. Let this be extended beyond the month of Ramadan. People should not betray the trust given to them as leaders, and the followers also should take their responsibilities very, very serious.
Worshippers say the lessons of Ramadan will help in carrying out their day-to-day activities.
It's going to help me if I can sacrifice not to eat. If I can refuse to eat because of injunction of Allah, I should be able to abstain from what Allah has asked me to abstain from. And it should help me if I can pray regularly, if I can pray in the night. This I should be able to continue after the Ramadan.
The essence or the aim of Ramadan is to achieve God consciousness. That's taqwa. That's the essence of Ramadan. Secondly, it is establish uniformity or equality, because both the need and those have, they experience the same time of fasting, from Fajr to sunset.
Special prayers were observed for an end to insecurity in some parts of the country.
Meanwhile, as Muslim Ummah in Nigeria joined their counterparts the world over to mark the Eid al-Fitr celebration, various markets in Abuja are still experiencing last-minute shopping for family and loved ones. Chimobi Walter Naji is standing by with an update.
At the Gariki Old Market, where the usual hustle and bustling of the market, you can see that behind me going on, people selling their wares left, right and center. And of course, people are also coming into the market to make last-minute purchase and ensure that their families, well-wishers and friends also enjoy in the celebration of the Salah, especially here in Abuja, where you have a mixture of both the Muslims and non-Muslims who are celebrating this Salah today.
We thank God. People are coming buy Salah, tomatoes, pepper, all this, and chicken, all this because of the Salah. So we thank God.
Kai, market no dey move. Since the time I opened the shop, I only sell 1,000 naira. We don't know whether people they don't have money, but because this Salah, nothing, no money. People they don't buy goods as compared to last Salah.
Yeah, I just came to the market to buy some foodstuffs and buy some other essential commodities. Yeah, because it's a Salah period, it's our life. We're celebrating actually the Ramadan fasting. It's all over, and today is the last day, so we've gone to the mosque, we've prayed so hard, then now I'm in the market. I want to get foodstuffs and everything for my kids and my family and other family members, and also my other Muslim brothers, both the Christians and the Muslims too.
Our market there normally, like yesterday, if you came here yesterday, you will say people pull the market normally. But today, since it's Salah, some of them they at home rest, then some traveling. Only few of them then come to the market.
For traders in this market, it is believed whether today is Salah, tomorrow, next tomorrow, yesterday is Salah, the expectation and the watchword is for people to live in peace and harmony with one another. In Abuja, I'm Chimobi Walter Naji.
And we're not done with Salah yet. Nigerians have been implored to use the occasion of the Eid al-Fitr to preach to one another on the need for a peaceful and secure society for all. Correspondent Timothy Yusuf spoke with some clergies while monitoring security situation within Abuja metropolis.
Imam Umar Rufai of the Water and Sewage Mosque Life Camp is among many faithful that observed the Eid prayer in Abuja. He believes that the fight against insecurity is being won to a larger extent by concerned authorities, but however cautioned that the fight should be a responsibility of all Nigerians.
It's very important that we should look at our country very well, because we have no other country to live except here. Surely at this Salah period, it's a period whereby the Muslims, and wherever they are, they come together. Therefore, we are calling on each and every one of us to know that the lives of Nigerians are very expensive.
As the message for the need for Nigerians to remain peaceful dominated the sermon at various Eid praying grounds, so were the security agencies on ground for a Eid-free prayer. Their combined efforts were both visible on land and in the air.
Even we, the masses, we should do something too. If you hear anything that can endanger your people living in the community, then why don't you allow the police so that they can be able to curb all this on time?
Imam Rufai and many believe that Nigeria can surmount her security challenges with prayers, in addition to government's effort. In Abuja, Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
And away from the nation's capital, the Eid al-Fitr prayers were held in Kano with a call on Muslim faithful to uphold the virtues and teachings of Ramadan and pray for an end to security concerns in the country. Abdullahi Mustafa was at the Kano Central Eid Ground and now reports.
We are this morning suspended in the commercial city of Kano as residents troop to various Eid grounds to observe the 2 Rakat prayers. It is the main ritual marking the end of Ramadan fast. Emir Muhammad Sanusi II led thousands of worshippers at the central Eid ground Kofarmata. In the sermon he delivered afterwards, the Emir admonished Muslims to remain committed to the service of Allah even beyond the holy month. He particularly stressed the importance of assisting the needy, as this will strengthen love and harmonious coexistence in the society. Prominent among worshippers at the Kano Central Eid ground was Governor Abdullah Umar Ganduje.
Nigerians, we congratulate ourselves first of all for completing the month of Ramadan, and also we congratulate ourselves for living peacefully, and we urge all Nigerians to tolerate one another.
Eid al-Fitr celebrations continue in Kano for the next 5 days with various Dawa processions. In Kano, Abdullahi Mustafa, NTA News.
And in Nasarawa State, the Eid prayers were peaceful and rewarding as the faithful left the grounds with messages of sustaining worship of Allah while cementing peaceful and harmonious coexistence in humanity. Joshua Ojito from the historic railway town in Gudi reports that Governor Abdullah Alhaji Sule joined scores of people for the prayer.
It is the first day in the month of Shawwal, and Muslims in their numbers, both young and old, prayed at the Gudi Central Eid ground. Allah is great is the call to worship as the chief imam of Gudi, Malang Awal Musa, led the congregation into 2 rakat prayer. The chief imam says the lessons of the holy month of Ramadan, which includes sacrifice, charity and forgiveness, should be reflected in daily life of a Muslim in order to have a better society for all. Governor Abdullahi Sule congratulates Muslim community on the successful completion of the Ramadan fast and urges them to show love and tolerance to adherents of other faiths.
I pray that we will live in peace with one another. The sacrifices that we have made during the month of Ramadan will continue. The togetherness and the unity that we started will continue. Now, in a general, I wish every citizen of Nasarawa State and every resident of Nasarawa State a very happy Eid Mubarak.
The Eid al-Fitr celebration in the state was generally peaceful. From Gudi in Nasarawa State, Joshua Ojito, NTA News.
Now, the All Progressives Congress APC rejoices with all Muslim faithful for the successful completion of fasting. The party, in a statement by its National Publicity Secretary Larry Issa Onilu, implored Muslim Ummah to continue to imbibe the spirit of Ramadan, which includes sacrifice, modesty and discipline in rededicating themselves to the task of nation building. The statement also admonishes Muslims and non-Muslims to cultivate the virtues of tolerance in their relationship with fellow Nigerians and shun all acts capable of destabilizing the country. And still on congratulatory messages, the Nigerian Labour Congress has also congratulated Muslim brethren on the occasion of Eid al-Fitr. The president of the union, Ayuba Waba, in a statement urged Muslims and non-Muslims to imbibe the spirit of Ramadan fast, which teaches discipline, forgiveness, good neighborliness, self-control, and service to God and humanity. NLC also calls on the government to rededicate itself in its service to the nation, especially on the issues of security, economy, justice, and confidence building. In the spirit of the Eid al-Fitr celebration, guests on NTA's program, Good Morning Nigeria, say the significance of Ramadan has to manifest in every social, religious and political class in the country. Details will come later. Time now to link up with our Lagos Network Center, where Dotun is waiting for more reports on Nationwide. Hello, Dotun.
Thank you, Elizabeth, and welcome to the Center of Excellence. The Chief Imam of Lagos has emphasized the need for forgiveness and religious harmony. Sheikh Suleiman Abdul Nula led the 2 rakat prayer at the Dodan Barracks Eid prayer ground. Abalade Salami reports.
Muslim faithful deferred the early morning rains to converge on Dodan Barracks Eid prayer ground to observe the 2 mandatory rakat prayers. Chief Imam of Lagos, Sheikh Sulaiman Abu Nola, reminded the faithful to live a life of piety and continue in their act of benevolence. The tenet of Islam, emphasized, must at all times be obeyed in consonance with the teachings of the Holy Quran.
We invite everyone to establish peace
justice, righteousness, and security in the land. This is for you so that you can become successful. The messenger of Allah said, all mankind, spare peace, feed people, observe prayers at night when people are asleep. Doing all this will grant you into paradise.
The Deputy Governor of Lagos State, Obafemi Hamzat, charged Lagosians to be selfless and remain patriotic.
It's for us to be godly in what we do. Think about other Lagosians. So when you're on the road, think about other road users. When you are in your house, think about others that don't even have a house. So it's about empathy for every Lagosian so that we live a life that is not destructive.
It should be regularly preached in all the mosques that we are for peace and we are peace-loving people of this nation.
The Eid prayers mark the end of the Muslim holy month of Ramadan. In Lagos, Abolade Salami, NTA News. Assistant Inspector General of Police in charge of Zone 2, Lawal Shehu, has assured residents of the zone that his men are battle-ready to resist any invasion in Lagos and Ogun states, while reassuring residents of adequate security during the Salah celebrations. Jesuton Moses has the report.
He therefore sent a strong warning to all criminals in the zone, stressing that they will be given a hot chase. He charged residents of Lagos and Ogun to contact the police in case of any emergencies, adding that strategies have been put in place to ensure a haste-free holiday.
The policemen will be everywhere. They will be seen everywhere so that everybody will have peace of mind and the environment will be peaceful for a peaceful celebration.
Meanwhile, Operation Puff Ada, which has been launched both in Ogun and Lagos State Police Commands, was also said to be yielding results, as crime suspects from both states were also paraded. 145 arms, which include 45 pump action, 8 AK-47 and sharps, were also recovered. Police escort has also been formed to monitor the activities of police in the zone. In Lagos, Jesuton Moses, NTA News.
Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has signed the 2019 appropriation bill of 873.5 billion naira into law. Nosa Usula reports that this is coming over 1 month after which the Lagos State House of Assembly passed the bill presented to it by former Governor Akinwumi Ambode.
Passed the budget on April 29, 2019 and added 21 billion naira to the original budget of 852.317 billion naira, presented by the then Governor Akinwumi Ambode. The budget has been one filled with political undertone, as the former governor could not present the budget in December and had to present it in February. The new capital expenditure stands at 479.691 billion naira, while recurrent expenditure is 393.841 billion naira. Signing the bill into law at the State House Ikeja, Governor Sanwo-Olu said it was an exciting day for residents, as the law would be implemented to the fullest for their benefits.
We'll be very timely, we'll be very hard on ourselves to ensure that all of the lines that you have recommended for us, we obey them strictly, and we push just so that the citizens enjoy the full benefit of the appropriation bill. Like you rightly observed, it's a 55-45 capital to recurrent.
The governor stated that he was aware that the year was far gone, saying that his administration would deploy the state's full machinery for effective performance of the budget. The governor also signed 3 other bills into law. They are the Domestic Staff Service Provider Registration Law 2019, the Lagos State House of Assembly Service Commission Amended Law 2019, and the Lagos State Neighborhood Safety Corps Agency Law. In Lagos, Nosa Usula.
And that's our contribution from Lagos. Nationwide continues in Abuja after the break.
are invited to the unveiling ceremony of a historical exhibition in pictures, arts and immersive environment as part of activities lined up to mark the 2019 Democracy Day commemoration. The exhibition with the theme Unbroken Democracy is scheduled to take place as follows. Date 7th June 2019. Venue International Conference Center, ICC. Time 4:30 p.m. Please note, the exhibition will remain open to the public until June 12, 2019. Boss Mustafa, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, announcer.
Consolidating on good governance agenda for the next level is the first this week on NTA Live. The program every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. promises to be informative and educative. Don't miss it.
They are there at the crack of dawn. They are there busy preparing while we rise for our day. They are there silently, guarding, waiting, listening, and watching. They are there ready in the sky above and the waters below, in the blistering heat of the day, in the dead of night, willing, indefatigable, determined in the defense of the sovereignty of our country. They are our first line of defense and our last. They who have paid the ultimate price in defending us. They are fathers and uncles. They are mothers and sisters and girlfriends and boyfriends. They are brothers and cousins and best friends and neighbors. They are classmates, colleagues, and citizens of this nation. They are our defenders and deserve our respect, our prayers, our thoughts. Nigeria, please support our armed forces.
Television studio lighting requires skills which can only be acquired through professional training. NTA TV College JOS therefore invites engineers and technical officers in public and private television stations to a special 4-week course on television studio lighting. Date 10th June to 5th July 2019. Course fee 100,000 naira only per participant. Accommodation fees inclusive. Venue NTA TV College, Rayfield, JOS. The course will expose participants to modern techniques and technologies of television studio lighting, operation of studio lighting equipment, and the profound effect of lighting on television broadcast. For more enquiries, please call 0803-314-4383 or 0806-980-9807. NTA TV College, training you to be the best you want to be.
One Football Confederation, 24 teams, 6 stadiums, 4 cities, 504 African stars, 1 trophy. The Africa Cup of Nations Egypt 2019 comes alive from June 21 with the showpiece final on July 19, 2019. Watch the 52 matches of the tournament live on Africa's biggest and largest television network, NTA, in partnership with Hot Sports. Be part of the biggest soccer fiesta in the African continent as the Super Eagles go on a bold mission to clinch the prestigious title for the 4th time, to the excitement of millions of fans across the length and breadth of Nigeria. Nigeria's premier sports production and marketing group, Hot Sports, partners with the biggest, the largest, and the #1 television network in Africa, the NTA, to give Nigerians a memorable viewing experience. Boost fan support for the Super Eagles to glory in Egypt. For inquiries, please contact Abubakar on 0803-331-0175 and Felix on 0803-308-2375. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, Muslims in Osogbo joined their counterparts across the country to celebrate Eid al-Fitr, the end of Ramadan fasting. The Osun State Governor, Mr. Oyetola, was among the faithful at the Eid al-Prayer ground in Osogbo, where he called for the active participation of people in ensuring adequate security and promotion of peace in the state.
This is the first Eid al-Fitr Oyetola is celebrating as governor of Osun State. The chief imam of Osogbo land, Musa Animashawu, led the congregation to observe the 2 rakat prayer, which marked the end of the holy month of Ramadan. The imam does not want Muslims to see the end of Ramadan as the end of piety to their creator. To him, one of the ways the nation can enjoy peace is for politicians to dissuade from using religion and ethnicity in dividing the people. For Governor Boyega Oyetola of Osun State, the people should intensify their prayers if they want a peaceful and a prosperous state and country. He is keen on protecting his people and is calling for all ends to be on deck to fight crime in the state.
We thank God we have peace in Osun. We pray that we continue to have peace, continue for prosperity.
Special prayers were offered for peace in the country. In Osogbo, Femi Afariogun, NTA News.
Still on the celebration, in Ibadan, the Chief Imam of Ibadan land, Sheikh Abdulganiu Agbotomo Kekere, has urged Muslim faithful to sustain the gains of Ramadan. Ayomikun Ajibola reports that the Oyo State Deputy Governor, Ralph Olaniyan, was among thousands who took part in the 2 rakat prayers at the Ogidi prayer ground.
Oyo State Deputy Governor Rauf Olaniyan, including the Are Muslimi of Yoruba land, Edo and Delta, were among the dignitaries and thousands of Muslim faithful who performed the 2 rakat prayer commemorating Eid al-Fitr in Ibadan. Earlier in the sermon, the chief imam who led the prayer called on Muslim Ummah to pray for peace, harmony, and the development of the state. He urged them to continue to sustain all lessons learned during the month of Ramadan by contributing to the selfless service of humanity and offering assistance to the less privileged. The deputy governor later visited the state governor, Seyi Makinde, in the spirit of the season.
I advise them also, not to go back to all the things that we dropped during the fasting period.
The Eid al-Fitr, also called Festival of Breaking the Fast, is observed by Muslims worldwide to mark the end of Ramadan, the Islamic holy month of fasting in Ibadan. Ayomiku Ajibola, NTA News.
Nigerians have been urged to place the interest of the country above self to promote peace and unity amongst the people. Deputy Imam Benue State Central Mosque Umar Farouk gave the advice at the Eid al-Fitr prayer ground, Makodi, to mark the end of Ramadan. Godwin Inalegu reports.
Eid al-Fitr is an Islamic festival to mark the end of Ramadan. In Makudi, the Benue State capital, Muslims from across the state converged on the Arabic primary school praying ground to offer prayers for peaceful coexistence in Nigeria. Deputy Chief Imam Umar Farouk, who led the prayers, urged the faithful to be their brothers' keepers by extending a hand of fellowship to the needy, which he said is the spirit of Eid al-Fitr. He also encouraged Muslims to put to use the lessons they have learnt during the 30-day fasting to impact positively on the lives of the people and development of the country. Other Muslim faithful in their prayers encouraged Nigerians to embrace peace and unity and tolerate one another to enhance growth and nation building.
I want to assure you that we continue to provide security to those type of every person in this state.
I will also thank Almighty Allah that we are now peace is gradually returning to Benue State.
Prayers were also offered to Allah to end the various challenges such as banditry, kidnapping, and insurgency facing the country. In Makudi, Godwin Inalegu, NTA News.
In the spirit of the Eid al-Fitr, Mamsut Damian Dati celebrated the day with a family in Abuja as a unit of the larger society, and our experience is a story of love and harmonious coexistence worth sharing.
It's a joyous and exceptionally happy day for the Shaibos family. The father, Abdul Mumini, the mother, Fatimotu, and 8 children woke up in a celebrative mood. After all, they have successfully completed the 29-day obligatory Ramadan fast, in which even the youngest children of 5 and 8 participated. How many days?
25.
5. Did you enjoy it?
No.
Yes. But you're learning.
Yeah.
Completed the fasting, and then with the family in particular. So, and everything went okay. So I'm just so happy to do it.
28 days.
It was so awesome.
And now, everyone runs around to prepare for the prayer. And off to the mosques they go to join other Muslim faithful in the Eid prayer. They return home after prayers, where everyone assists in preparation of the Salah meal. And then spend quality time with each other, even as they pray for the well-being of Nigeria.
So Alhamdulillah, we've seen the fasting as usual. Some of us have started but have not seen the ending. But we give thanks and praise to Almighty Allah. We're hoping and praying that God will help the new government to be successful. The issues we had before, we hope the new government will be able to tackle it. The economy, the insecurity, though they have done better, but then I think there's still more they will do. I encourage people that look, stay with their children, give them time, show them love, let them feel united, let them feel look we're together, whatever conversation together. These are issues, particularly with other things that's happening in the society now. If you don't bring your children closer to you, you won't know what's going on. You don't know what Uncle A or Auntie B is doing to your daughter or your son.
Happy Salah to Nigeria. I wish Nigeria will be safe. I just want to celebrate my Salah with my family.
May Allah bring peace and harmony to Nigeria people.
Then time to enjoy the sumptuous meal together as a family.
I've been invited to share the Salah meal with the Shaibos. I don't know about you, but for me, love, brotherliness, sharing, caring, and what a true family should be like is the strong message the Shaibos are passing across to Nigerians today on this Salah. Momso Damien Dati, NTA News.
Indeed, the family is key. Let's now pause from this end again as we join Zulai Mohammed in our Kaduna Network Center for more on Eid al-Fitr celebration. Eid Mubarak, Zulai.
To Kaduna. Various Eid grounds in Kaduna have witnessed a large turnout of enthusiastic worshippers who converged for worship and supplications in commemoration of the Eid al-Fitr celebrations. Muhammad Umar Ajingi reports.
Imam of person of Ofabaka Eid ground in Zawa, leading the Muslim Ummah in the Eid al-Fitr prayer, among them the governor of Kaduna State, Nasir Muhammad Al-Fai, and the Imam of Zasu, Shehu Idris. The Imam cautions the worshippers of Allah the worship.
Ramadan is the same God of all times. He therefore stressed the imperative of sustained spiritual refinement as the surest path to gain Allah's favor in this world and in the hereafter. Imam Muhammad Mansur, who led the congregation at Murtala Muhammad Square, focused on mutual understanding and responsible governance as panacea for overall national growth. On his part, Muhammad Suleiman, the chief imam of Sultan Bello Mosque, particularly pleaded for liberation of the girl child through education.
The problem that we are facing in this country, it is a lack of knowledge.
And from Binungwari comes a report that the Emir Zubairu Jibril Megwari II particularly led the Ummah in the worship and supplication, where he admonished them to uphold the spiritual virtues that characterize their Ramadan experience. One of the most interesting things in this Salah is that the people came out in their large numbers to observe these two voluntary Raka'at prayers without any fear of any security threat. I am Muhammad Umar Ajingi, NTA News.
The chief imam of Kaduna and Jigawa State, Dr. Abubakar Sani, has charged leaders in the country to come up with policies that will address the challenges associated with the Almajiri system of education in the northern part of the country. The chief imam was speaking shortly after leading the 2 Rakat prayers. Awal Muhammad Kazauri reports.
Delivering his sermon, the chief imam, Dr. Abubakar Sani, urged leaders to lead by example and shun corruption. He said, being among people of Prophet Muhammad is a blessing, therefore admonishing the people to emulate from his tolerance and helping those in need. He stressed the need for more Islamic education, especially in the rural areas.
It is high time for every Muslim to know his responsibility
towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by being steadfast in whatever he does, and by observing all the rituals, not only rituals, anything to do with the religions and its teachings according to the Sunnah. We should do it faithfully and diligently.
In their separate Salah messages, Governor Muhammad Badaru Abubakar and the Emir of Dutse advised people to continue on the good deeds they learned during Ramadan and be security conscious.
We will have to love each other, respect each other, and pray for the country and for Jigawa State.
The Emir later held a colorful daba, adding color to the celebration. From Dutse, Awal Muhammad Kazauri, NTA News.
And that's it from here. We take some messages, and when we return, Nationwide continues from Abuja.
NTA Television College Jos announces admissions into 2-year diploma programs in film and television production, television engineering, and broadcast journalism. The sale of forms will commence on the 13th of May and run through 30th July 2019. Admission forms can be obtained from all marketing offices, NTA state capital stations, zonal centers, or at the office of the academic secretary, NTA Television College, Rayfield, Jos.
On payment of a non-refundable fee of 7,500 naira in bank draft in favor of NTA TV College. Applicants can also obtain the forms through the NTA TV College portal at www.ntatvc.edu.nj.
Applicants are required to possess 5 credits in GCE or SSCE in relevant areas of study in not more than 2 sittings, including English and mathematics. All properly completed forms attached with photocopies of credentials must be submitted on or before 30th July 2019. For further inquiries, please visit our website at ntatvc.com or call 0803 3144 383.
NTA TV College, training you to be the best you want to be.
Registrar Announcer.
The Nigerian national flag is a sacred national symbol. It is a mark of patriotism and a show of love for our nation to fly the national flag correctly, in the right colors, right dimension, and in the right sizes for each occasion. In recent times, it has been noticed that government offices, corporate organizations, banks, embassies, and other notable institutions fly faded, shredded, and haggard-looking versions of the national flag. This is wrong and must stop. It has also been noticed that some citizens prefer to popularize the national flag of other nations. Fellow countrymen and women, let us be patriotic. Come, let us show love for our motherland. Fly the correct versions of our national flag in all relevant places. Be patriotic. Be proud ambassadors of our great country.
This message is from the National Orientation Agency.
You can follow us on all our social media platforms: Facebook at NTA Network News, Instagram at NTA Network, Twitter at NTA News Now, YouTube at NTA News Online. Or visit www.nta.ng. For live streaming, visit www.nta.ng/live. Now, you can stay updated on the go, be it on your TV, iPhone, laptop, or iPad, or download the NTA mobile application from your Play Store or App Store. NTA, you can beat the rich.
One football confederation, 24 teams, 6 stadiums, 4 cities, 504 African stars, 1 trophy. The Africa Cup of Nations Egypt 2019 comes alive from June 21 with the showpiece final on July 19, 2019. Watch the 52 matches of the tournament live on Africa's biggest and largest television network, NTA, in partnership with Hot Sports. Be part of the biggest soccer fiesta in the African continent as the Super Eagles go on a bold mission to clinch the prestigious title for the 4th time, to the excitement of millions of fans across the length and breadth of Nigeria. For inquiries, please contact Abubakar on 0803-331-0175 and Felix on 0803-308-2375. NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Thanks for staying with us. Now to security. The unrelenting efforts of operatives of the Intelligence Response Unit, Special Tactical Squad, Police Mobile Force, Counter-Terrorism, and the special forces attached to Operation Puff Adder have resulted in the dismantling of a 4-man international arms smuggling syndicate. Francis Form reports.
Criminal gangs operate between parts of African, the Sahel region and West African countries. A total of 6,000 AK-47 live ammunition were recovered from them. The 4-man syndicates were arrested at Shaki Town, Nigeria-Benin Republic border in Oyo State, while other criminal gangs were arrested in different parts of the country.
We continue to do those things that we are statutorily and constitutionally charged to do, to wit, to protecting lives and property and preserving public peace.
Force Public Relations Officer Frank Mba reassured Nigerians that the police will continue to work round the clock in collaboration with other security agencies towards ensuring improved border security. In Abuja, Francis Form, NTA News.
And now to other matters. Internally displaced persons of Ikwo and Afikpo South Council areas of Ebonyi State have received relief materials to cushion the effect of the crisis in 2017 that led to the loss of lives and property. The National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons considered it expedient after taking its assessment of the victims. Chinaza John reports.
Internally displaced persons of Amago in Ikwo and Ogiridima of Afikpo South Council areas of Ebonyi State. The experiences of the crisis in 2017 have left scars which they believe the relief materials will help to ameliorate.
Because everything was too much. It affected me mostly too much.
During the crisis, about 137 buildings were burnt down and 3 persons were killed. To date, we have not seen that cause.
The distribution of the medical and building materials to victims of the communal crisis is in continuation of the 2018 interventions by the Commission, in line with its mandate of providing durable solutions to persons of concerns in Nigeria.
We will not relent on this course until our persons of concerns are properly reintegrated, readmitted into their respective communities.
We in the zones collaborate with SEMA. So we go there to make sure these things are given to the rightful people.
Touched by the plight of the IDPs, the state government is re-strategizing to curb further crises, promote brotherliness among communities in the state. Apart from the distribution of the relief materials, the Commission has empowered some of the IDPs through vocational training to reinstate their means of livelihood. In Abakaliki, Chinaza John, NTA News.
The Nigerian Television Authority has been partnering with various agencies, both private and public, with the sole purpose of providing accurate information, education and entertainment. With this in mind, the NTA played host to the CEO Nigeria Stock Exchange and the head of the Civil Service of the Federation. Amina Nojem reports.
This market of the Nigerian Stock Exchange has continued to attract the attention of investors as Nigeria steps up effort to make investment in the sector more viable. The NSE did anticipate volatility in the equities market in the first half of 2019, with enhanced stability post-elections, while expecting an uptick in market activity during the second half of the year. To create awareness, the NSE is proposing an engagement with the Nigerian Television Authority, which brought the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, Oscar Oyema, to the NTA.
Millions of Nigerians to participate in the market and to be able to create an alternative way of creating durable wealth.
And one of our major mandates as the national television is to create awareness, is to let people know about the economic status of whatever we do.
Officials from the Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation also came calling, and the intent is to foster ties ahead of the Civil Service Week. Executive Director Engineering of the NTA, Stephen Moses, assured the Permanent Secretary, Service Policies and Strategies, Dr. Magdalena Jani, that the organization will continue to showcase activities of the Civil Service of the Federation.
Anything civil service, we don't play with it, because when the workforce is not adequately motivated or adequately equipped with the skills and the technologies they need to operate, it will affect productivity. And you know, when productivity is affected, it will affect our performance.
Civil servants in Nigeria will be celebrated for the way they have helped to develop policies and implement them in the country, and also to say well done for a good job that they do daily.
In Abuja, Amina Nujaim, NTA News.
And next on Nationwide is foreign news with Uche Ugochukwu.
Donald Trump promised Britain a substantial post-Brexit trade deal with the United States on the second day of his three-day visit to the UK. Treated to grand reception by Queen Elizabeth on the first day of his state visit, Trump turns to politics on Tuesday, potentially meeting candidates vying to succeed May, and a discussion about the role China's Huawei should have in building 5G networks. Sudan's ruling military council scrapped cooperation with protest groups on Tuesday, calling elections within 9 months in the wake of a deadly day of violence. The council said it decided to cancel all agreements with the protest groups and call for elections to be supervised by international actors within 9 months. And Zambia's energy minister Matthew Nkua has challenged members of the public to use clean energy to reduce climate change effects such as drought and flooding. He said global warming is recognized by almost all atmospheric scientists as a significant environmental problem, and that human beings have a responsibility to take care of the environment and must avoid actions that contribute to the emission of greenhouse gases. Uche Ugochukwu, NTA News.
Time now to talk sports. Nigeria's senior women's volleyball team qualifies for this year's All-Africa Games in Morocco. Kene Imagbudike will now tell us more on sports updates.
Football fans clamor for rejuvenated youth football development in the country for more productivity. This comes after the Flying Eagles exited FIFA Under-20 World Cup in Poland following the 2-1 second-round defeat to Senegal on Monday.
We've always seen it as a competition where we have to go there and win the trophy. And I think we need to come back and look at it from the developmental point of view. And with that, we can see that we are really moving in the right direction.
Nigeria's senior women's volleyball team Monday emerged sole representatives for this year's All-African Games in Morocco following the failure of other contending nations to appear at the Zone 3 qualifiers billed for Abuja June 2 to 7.
I have indicated to CAVB and all the stakeholders that it's only Nigeria which is ready to take part in this tournament, which qualifies a Zone 2 representative to the All-African Games.
Over 100 cyclists took part in a mass rally in Abuja as Nigeria joined the rest of the world to mark World Bicycle Day Monday. Omoyewene Onubun reports that the rally, which took the cyclists around the Federal Capital Territory, was organized by the Cycling Federation of Nigeria in collaboration with Federal Road Safety Corps and Indian High Commission in Nigeria.
Cycling can help a lot to make life better because it can help us in the health, it can help us in the environment, it can help us to reduce the congestion of traffic.
The theme of the celebration was Cycling for Healthy Lifestyle. With sports update, Kenen Ima Abodike, NTA News.
Now a quick look at the weather prospect. And that's Nationwide today. Thank you so much for watching. Good evening.